Okay, so hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Justin Cappuccino Sashes and Scripts, and katatapos lang ng Parade of Beauties ng Binibining Pilipinas, and most of the major events of Binibining Pilipinas 2026 has been done and over with. So this episode we are going to be talking about who are the girls that we thought did well in all major events leading towards the finals come July 18. So, first and foremost, what are the major events that Binibining Pilipinas girls needs to take into consideration when it comes to, putting their best foot forward? Before, it used to be a series of events that includes the National Costume Show, the press presentation, of course, the closed door interviews, and the what used to be the recording for the Road to the Crown, as well as the Parade of Beauties and the talent show. Nowadays, because there are several events that is no longer being employed, iba na ngayon yung mga areas na kinakailangan pagtuunan ng pansin ng mga girls. And I think that is one of the reasons why Binibining Pilipinas over the past 3-4 years have been difficult to pinpoint when it comes to how do we evaluate the girls in terms of performance and in terms of what they are bringing into the table. Nowadays, we can see that the preliminaries has evolved into a more of a event-led na competition. So what used to be, the fashion show, the Parade of Beauties, medyo nagbago na ngayon yung mga events that the girls need to take into consideration. Dahil ngayon, girls are being judged on what used to be is the press presentation, which now has evolved into the press gala, where the girls are judged in terms of their swimsuit and evening gown performances. Aside from that, there is now a closed door interview, which the girls were, interviewed by the BPCI committee, and kung saan very intimate yung setting. Halos hindi nga natin narinig yung event na yon except for, some postings of the girls. And it is something I think that needs to be focused on by the girls. The girls needs to really pay attention to, because it is one of those areas that could make or break a girl's chances in making it into the semis. Now, aside from that, the National Costume Show is also very important, because it is, one of those events where a lot of people don't necessarily think na may kinalaman siya when it comes to, the judging of the girls' performances. But, as I've said, any opportunity that the girls see the BPCI community at the judging table, kinakailangan nilang pagtuunan ng pansin at ibigay yung best foot forward nila sa mga events na yon. Now, I've heard that from the girls that ang nabanggit sa kanila is they're going to be looking for a top 12 for the finals in July 18. However, I am sure that because one of the candidates, Ivy Padilla, removed herself from the competition, it is possible that, I'm very confident in this, that the top 12 would expand into probably a top 14 like last year, or perhaps a top 15 or a top 16. So in that case, I want to expand yun din yung aking listahan of the girls that I have noticed who performed really well during the entirety of the Binibining Pilipinas competition, especially on the areas where they are scored and they are judged. Now, I understand that yung listahan ng 15 might not be able to accommodate all of the girls in terms of yung mga popular girls and the girls who are really, very supported by their LGUs, their family and friends. But please do note that this is a personal na assessment, and my assessment might not be the same as the judges, choices. So it might not reflect yung choices nila when it comes to who they think would be the best girl to represent the Binibining Pilipinas brand later on. So, wag nating dibdibin if ever that some of the girls are not on the list, because again, this is a personal list. This is coming from, personal observations during their events, and this is not necessarily, the what would happen, come 18. So, I do hope, we take this list with a grain of salt. Now, as I said, the rumors is a top 12, but it is again possible that it might expand to a top 15 or even possibly a top 16. Now, if it is a top 16 or 18 na scenario, I would probably include three names to include doon sa top 15 na list ko. And I would just want to give, a shout out to three ladies, just because I think there is a huge chance that they might be the spoilers if in case it will just be a top 15. So I would include, in my spoilers, Binibining Pilipinas candidate number 2, Jemima Chan, Gwyneth Jemima Chan, because I think she is one of those, beautiful Morena beauties who really has a very good register when it comes to videos and photos. I would also include Binibining Pilipinas candidate number 1, Angel Rubino, because there is something about her that really is radiating every time I see her on stage. And of course, Angelica Evora, who I believe if based only in performance, she might make it into the top 15. Now, when it comes to my list of top 15, nangunguna sa listahan definitely is si Gwen Mediceriano, because she is one of the girls that mula sa umpisa, binantayan na nating lahat. We always, see her in the list of the girls that is potential, Binibining Pilipinas international winners. Lahat ng mga top picks, she's always at the top 10 or the top 5 of mga pageant pages na listahan. So I am not going to be, surprised if in case she wins from July 18. And Gwen is also one of those girls that who really delivered on stage during the preliminary competition. Also on my list is Tracy Mesunyo, who is a returnee from the Binibining Pilipinas Diamond Batch. She is one of the girls who I think improved much, much more, on stage. During the preliminary competition, I believe that her performance at the swimsuit competition is the best when it comes to energy, choreography, and of course, when it comes to near stage presence. Also on my list is Jarina Sandu, who is a very popular among pageant fans, and I believe that if she plays her cards right, she might end with one of the two crowns. Whether it's Globe or international, it will entirely depend on how well she performs on the finals night. Dahil at that point, come finals, ang pagtatalunan na lang talaga is yung rango. It is more likely that by the opening number pa lang, there is already a top 12 or a top 15 that is, been selected through all of these preliminary na competitions. And I think ang Binibining Pilipinas, binibigyan ng exposure on the finals lahat ng mga candidates so that they are able, to get their moment on stage as well. But I feel that the top 12 or the top 15 has already been selected by that point. Now, also on my list is Christine Nia Lucero from Bulacan, who is one of the girls that really impressed me when it comes to her dedication to speaking in Tagalog. I think siya lang yung candidate among this year's batch that consistently speaks in Tagalog when it comes to introducing herself, when it comes to interviews, when it comes to her videos, because I think she really is very much attuned with her heritage and her culture, and she is proud of her background, and I think that is very commendable, especially right after the Hafi issue that came in about sometime last month, and it is really something to really cherish on. Now, among the girls that I feel is needed in the top 12 or the top 15 in the semifinalist circle is Katrina Kudia. This lady from Hain Nueva Ecija is one of the girls that I feel is perhaps and arguably the strongest when it comes to communication skills. I think she knows that. I think she really understands that as well. But I also, reminded her that yes, you need to be, very articulate, but you also need to, perform well. I think that is one of the things that I've been trying to really make sure she takes into and reminds herself that, because before you get into the Q&A na portion, dadaan ka muna dun sa performance na aspect. And if you're not able to, to deliver in the performance aspect, hindi kayang dalhin ng Q&A because it's only one of the three major areas where you're being scored. But I have full confidence that kapag pinahawak mo na ng mic si Katrina, she's going to deliver in terms of the Q&A. Of course, Also on my list is one of the tallest girls in this year's batch. If not, she's probably the tallest. I think around 5'10". Is Julie Villanueva, who gave us a very Miss Venezuela Erica Pinto performance during the preliminary competitions at the evening gown competitions. Yung plain full white na dress niya with, you know, Swarovski crystals at the neck and with a built-in glove doon sa kanyang white na gown. I think that was one of the most strategic gown choices because siya yung namumukod tanging umangat when it comes to her evening gown performance compared to the really very fully beaded na mga gowns ng mga kabatch niya during the press presentation gala. Now, I also want to include here one of the ladies who I feel is perhaps the most commercial beauty when it comes to facial beauty, when it comes to visuals, Patricia Birda, who is not only, you know, very smart and very eloquent when she talks, she's also one of perhaps the best faces in the competition. So if 50% pa din yung scores when it comes to beauty of face, definitely nangunguna doon si Patricia. She, you know, she radiates really on stage and she delivers, you know, great photographs when she is being photographed and pati sa videos. She really is, you know, that good looking. And hindi siya yung tipong maganda lang sa videos or maganda lang sa photo, but in actual person, kung ano yung itsura niya on videos, ganun din siya kaganda in person. Now, I want to include Iris Oresca from the Bicol region because she is one of those Morena ladies that I really feel is, you know, giving when it comes to visuals. Ang gusto ko lang sana is maging honed pa yung body because I think that is an area that can be improved much better. But when it comes to, you know, facial beauty, iba pa din talaga yung ano niya, yung register niya. Very Morena, very Filipino yung kanyang ganda and I don't see her taking any bad photos. Ganun siya ka aware when it comes to, you know, her best angles or her best facial features when she's being photographed. Then I also wanted to include in my list at number 9 Sasha Lacuna, who is one of the most charming girls in the competition and hindi siya yung tipong ang hirap mong kausapin or pakisamahan. She really radiates, you know, someone who is enjoying the competition. I really love the energy that surrounds her. Hindi ako magtataka if later on, among her co-aces and queens na mga candidates, baka siya pa yung pwedeng maging surprise na kumorona among the girls in her camp. I think her beauty is a cross between Catriona Gray and that of Christy Hansen of Cebu. And these are two women who I think are some of the most beautiful Binibining Pilipinas winners that we've ever had. So if Sasha is able to deliver really a strong performance come finals, nail the questions really good during the final Q&A, I would not be surprised if she ends up with the Binibining Pilipinas International title or even the Binibining Pilipinas Globe. I am hoping that just like the rest of the Filipino pageant fans na sana kahit man lang tatlo yung corona ng Binibining Pilipinas this year. But, you know, it is what it is. We can hope, I think, that's the best thing that we can do. We can only hope that maging tatlo ang corona ng Binibining Pilipinas this year. I haven't heard anything on that front, so I am just, you know, keeping my fingers crossed when it comes to that development. Of course, I'm also putting Angelica Macho Kumar in the list because she's one of the girls who has one of the best faces in the competition. She also is one of the girls na very suave when it comes to her presentation during the preliminary competition, especially in the evening gown and the swimsuit. So I'm going, I'm convinced that she's going to be one of the girls that is going to be one of the possible na semifinalists natin from July 18. Another lady in my list is this really Filipina Morena beauty who I feel is really very grounded when it comes to, you know, her personality. Hindi siya yung tipong candidate na gandang-ganda sa sarili, but she knows that she's pretty, that she has a certain bearing na hindi overpowering, but at the same time, you know, very relaxed and very on the ground yung approach when it comes to joining pageants. And this is Ara Reguyal, and I think that Ara is one of those girls that hindi mo masyado mapapansin. But when you review the performances, when you review, how she delivers herself on stage, she's one of the girls na I feel, foreigners will be more, um, uh, foreigners would find more beautiful than the mestizas mestiza candidates that we have. So I think Ara, given the chance, would really make us proud if she is crowned one of the winners. Now, the youngest girl in the competition is at number 12 in my list. Okay, I forgot to preface this. My list of 15 girls, they are random. Okay, so hindi siya ranked as of this moment. Now, Nikaila Abad is only 19 years old. Pero when you look at her and the way that she performs on stage, she really delivers something close to a veteran's way of performing on stage. Isa ito dun sa mga napansin ko in her presentation of the National Costume Show, as well as during the swimsuit and evening gown competition. I think that she was really very strong when it comes to the swimsuit and in the national costume na competition. I think dun siya talaga nag-shine. Mikaela or Ain is, I believe, one of those girls na mula umpisa ng competition until now, super ganda nung skin, hindi nagkaroon ng major breakouts. Some of the girls, already had skin issues as the end of June came in. Pero si Mikaela, fresh na fresh pa rin. And I think that it is an advantage when it comes to pageants kapag very particular ka when it comes to your skincare. And I think Mikaela or Ain is one of those girls na super alaga sa skin. Now, on my top 15 na list is Mylene Manchus, who I feel was really one of the girls that bumulaga sa atin during the National Costume Show with her shrimp-inspired na national costume. She really delivered when it comes to performance during that evening, and I am not going to be very surprised if she or Ain would end up with the Best in National Costume na special award. I really feel that Mylene has one of the best national costume na presentation during the national costume show, and even yung mere presence niya during that night, it was really radiating, performance level na I am a winner. Ganun yung aura niya during that night. I also feel that Rain Antonio is one of the girls that might surprise us come July 18. I think that she has gone, under the radar among the candidates this year. Even with her co-candidates, hindi siya yung overly aggressive na pabibo when it comes to performance on stage. But there is something about her na my gut feel is telling me na bantayin natin ito because she might be the surprise that we might see making it as far into the top 4 or top 5 of Binibining Pilipinas this year. Now, last on my list is Anne Klein Castro, who I feel that as of this moment, when it comes to overall performance, when it comes to overall physicality and facial beauty, siya yung pinaka-balanse among all the girls. Now, I am feeling, again, this is just a feeling, I am feeling that as of this moment, if pipili ka ng kukoronahan, it might be Anne Klein yung pinaka-safe na bet when it comes to overall preparedness to handle the Binibining Pilipinas International title or even the Binibining Pilipinas Globe. I say this because I feel that when it comes to body proportions, when it comes to personality, when it comes to performance, very well-rounded si Anne Klein. I do however feel that if right now papipiliin ako kung sino yung best 3 girls ko for the top 2 crowns, I'd probably be, balancing, or I'd probably be swaying between Anne Klein, Jarina Sandu, and Gwen Soriano when it comes to the best girl for the 2 titles. Now, it is not yet, set in stone because I feel that in this year's batch, the competition is very much even, and it will all boil down on the better performances come finals night. At this point in time, I feel that Binibining Pilipinas has already selected kung sino yung semifinalists in the competition. And I feel that come finals night, um, ang pagtatalunan na lang is yung rango. Okay, so I do hope that everyone would be able to watch the finals come July 18, because we will be there. We will be looking, watching, observing the entire competition, and we're going to be uh, doing the analysis post pageant later on. So I do hope to see you there at the finals night, at the Grand Coronation night at the Araneta Coliseum on July 18. And huwag kayong mahiya to approach me if you see me and just say hi. I'd really love to get to know our the scripters community better. So do let me know in the comment section kung sino yung mga girls that you feel supposed to be, or do you feel that is worthy of the Binibining Philippines International and the Binibining Filipinas Globe crown. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more pageant content like this. So see you around, and I do hope to see you and bump into you come Grand Coronation Night on July 18th. That's it, everyone. See you again soon. Bye.